G'day and welcome back to the Budget Adventure Show kitchen. Today we're going to do something nice and simple, spaghetti bolognese. I've shown you some of the simple stuff on the road to prepare and cook, and this is no exception. You can either go the frozen stuff that you pre-prepare at home. This is some homemade pasta sauce, meat, onion, all that sort of good stuff in it. Frozen, back sacked, pull out of the freezer when you're ready to go. Or you can go the other ways. You can buy something to add to your spaghetti. The Campbell's pasta sauce isn't too bad. It's actually got a bit of flavour to it, but again, pepper and salt, all that sort of stuff. And something I've started doing recently is canning, preserving homemade pasta sauce. Make it the way you want it. You don't have to add all the stuff afterwards once it's cooked. Meat protein free, of course, because botulism. But there's 3 different ways of making spag bol out on the road without having to take a tray of mince, jar of your domino sauce, tomatoes, onions, and then cooking it all. Hour or two cooking it all, getting it all done with the fade and light and all that at the end of the day. So this is nice and easy. I've got the hot water boiling now. Cook your pasta as it says on the back of the pack. Doesn't have to be spaghetti pasta, spirals, elbows, penne, whatever you got. Stuff like that fits in the back seat rest under the seat. You can sort of sit the stuff everywhere. So we'll wait for this water to boil and then we'll start cooking some pasta. Jeez, like hell's about to open up, but we'll see if we can get this done before it rains. Alright, water's boiling, so I'm going to start cooking some pasta. Now, normally if I'm cooking a full domino jar, I think they're a 300 and something ml jar, 400 ml jar, you'd use a full pack, because one, you're eating yourself and you're not going to pig out. Probably about a 50-cent piece you want to grab of the pasta without losing it all. About that, so yeah, about 50% piece diameter. That's normally a good serve, and that with the pasta, you might have some leftovers that you can throw in a toasted jaffa or something in the morning. So throw that in, mixing around. Got an ant in there. I don't add any oil or anything to the pasta while it's cooking. It just makes it hard to wash the pot later. All I'll do is I'll add a bit of salt. While you're sitting around having a beer, just give it a bit of a stir. And I've never had pasta that cooks as quick as it does on the packet. They reckon 9 minutes for this stuff, but it's been going for about 8 now, and it's starting to get soft, but it's still too chewy. Bye, bloody wind. Okay, so there's 3 things you shouldn't do when you're trying to do a TV show. Don't work with kids, don't work with animals, and make sure your gas bottles are full before you start a cooking segment. Mine wasn't, so I've had to go Plan B, which is an updated version of the last little jet burner that you've seen. Once these noodles are starting to get a bit soft, which they are now, that's when the sauce just goes straight in. Gently on top. It'll take about 5 minutes for the heat to go through that sauce in the packet. If it's a little bit longer, it doesn't really worry. This is microwave safe plastic for the Vaxseal stuff. So once that goes in there, just sit back, relax, turn the heat down a little bit. Although with the wind blowing, I can't turn it down too much. And yeah, in about 5 minutes, we'll be tucking down to some spaghetti bolognese. Rightio, so after that 5 minutes everything's done, so I'll turn the gas off because we don't need that on anymore. As I said before, 9 minutes for the pasta to cook. Realistically, with the wind blowing, it might have done it, but it's a bit of a losing battle when you're out in the elements like this. So just take that out there and let it sit. Water drains through the table and doesn't fall everywhere. Thank you, ironing board. Grab your strainer, get rid of some water. of the way. There's a little bit of water left in the bottom of the pan. It doesn't matter too much, just it gives a bit more moisture for them just here to mix around the sauce. So cut him actually I normally mix it all up because I like the hot sauce cooking through the pasta. Normally you can leave it on the heat for another minute or two to cook through, but because no one else does it, we'll fork, bring the pasta out into the plate. You can leave a little bit of water behind too if there's some there. Yep, it's done. Cut your pouch open. It's normally easy to cut straight across and get rid of the top flap completely. And it is hot. Put him over. Look at that. Not having too much of the goodness of home. Something like this, quick, easy, and just like you make it at home. Another trick: spaghetti bolognese isn't the only thing you do this. Any of your pasta sauces you can freeze or can before you go. I do the same thing with rice for stir fries. So same thing, freeze your stir fry mix in a small container, seal it. It's good for months in the freezer. When you go away, all you're doing is boiling rice in your pan or your pot, and yeah, it can't be any easier than that. So I'm going to have some. I'd say just like your mama made it, but I was making it for mum too, so bon appetit.